Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Taff. This is, again, as I keep saying this every time, a much needed instalment of the Taff's Word series. I haven't been doing them as often as I possibly could do, as often as I possibly should do, really. But of late, it's just been a little bit too difficult to put certain things to words, if that makes sense. Obviously, with what's going on at the club at the moment, it's basically, if I'm going to put something out, I don't want it to be tainted with too much emotion. Obviously, emotion obviously makes for a good blog, I know. Obviously, I get emotional on blogs, but I'd like to be in control of what I'm saying rather than fly off the handle, which lately, if any of you have seen any of my Facebook posts, I kind of have lately. So, the last thing I want to do is put that kind of thing into video. At this particular moment, our club is facing relegation. We're looking very much the favourites to go down, very much the favourites to finish bottom of the league. We're losing games all the time. We're throwing leads. We're conceding sloppy goals. Getting to the point where, even though we still get bad refs, getting to the point where we can't blame them anymore. Because we really need to look at ourselves, because the lack of quality in our team is there for all to see. The lack of quality in the refs have always been there, but we've managed to stay up in this division for 3 seasons, and this is our 4th season. And if we do manage to stay up, which it kills me to say this, but I really can't see it happening now. I've got faith. You've got to, because what's the point if you haven't got faith in your team? Whether you believe, I believe we can, but what I'm saying is that I think ultimately we're looking doomed at the moment. We're making signings. Apparently, this lad looked quite tenacious yesterday. That's all well and good. The fact is, we brought in 2 strikers and mustered 1 shot at goal, which was only presented to us through a mistake, which we scored a goal with. I mean, to be honest, that's a bit of good fortune that we've been waiting for, because, to be honest, we haven't had no luck. That's one thing. That's the only thing that I'll defend our team with, is the fact that we have had absolutely no luck. I mean, the Portsmouth third was never a free kick, for example, when we lost to Portsmouth 3-2, but the fact is we were 2-0 up in that game. We should have been, we should have seen that through no matter what. Exeter, there's absolutely zero excuse for the way we played at Exeter. That it was atrocious. It was the worst performance I've ever seen from a Newport County team. I know I went to watch us lose 5-0 against Mansfield this season. We nearly went down from the conference. I was up there and we lost 5-0. We got completely steamrolled. We could have lost 10-0 on that day, but it was still worse. Because the thing is, back then we had a crap squad put together by a crap manager, which is a bit of deja vu right now. But in my opinion, our team is better than, well, obviously is better than what it was back then. But with the competition around, I mean, we got players there that should be giving us more than what they are. I mean, they got to look at themselves really and look, because for us, it's not just a matter of we'll go out the Football League, but we could come back one day. We go out the Football League, we're not coming back, because at the moment, off the field, we're well below par for Football League standard at the moment. Off the field, on the field is the only place where we've actually ever looked Football League. And it was like going back to when we beat Brighton, going back to when where we played against Swindon in the Johnson's Paint Trophy 2 years in a row and held our own. The fact we should have beaten Milton Keynes Dons, the fact we should have beaten Blackburn Rovers. The fact is, right, we've held our own in this on the field up until now. Well, last season was appalling, I know, when we should have gone down, but we were lucky to have Dagenham and York, who were worse than us. The only saving grace this season is that the fact we're going to have Cheltenham and Notts County who are going to be worse than us, but Notts County are in a position where they're going to try and turn something around. They just sacked John Sheridan yesterday. Cheltenham sinking without trace. They'll come down with us by the looks of it. The only hope we got if we go down is the fact that we got so many budding young players coming through at the moment. The likes of Finley Wood, the likes of Tom Owen Evans, Kieran Parcell, Liam Angel. Ultimately, they're the ones they're basically going to be our future. To be honest with you, even a parachute payment won't do us any good, because it's not exactly doing York any good, because that could be us next season. We could go down and we could be at the bottom end of the conference next season, or but by some sort of miracle, we could not go down, or we could go down and do what Cheltenham did and just bounce straight back up. The fact is, in my opinion, we have got a good manager, because at the end of the day, his track record speaks for itself. What he did with Stevenage was beyond miraculous. Yeah, he had a bit of money to work with, but not masses of it. It wasn't like he had a sugar daddy. It's not like he did how Justin Edinburgh did it. And made the most of masses of money available to him. Well, to be honest with you, I can't say I know exactly how he did it, but Stevenage don't seem the kind of club that have riches. They're not made of money. They haven't got a massive budget. The fact is, big budgets mean nothing anyway, because if you don't put a team together, it's no good. Look, Portsmouth have been in this division how many years now? Luton were down in the conference for how many years? And look at the size of their budgets. Luton's budget would have been bigger than most budgets in the bloody in League Two while they were struggling in the conference. That they had players like Andre Gray coming through and they still couldn't go up. It just goes to show that if you don't put a team together, you're never going to succeed. Wrexham. Look how many years they've been down, and they're a bigger club than anyone in there. Bar Tranmere. It just goes to show that putting a good team, having a big budget doesn't mean you're going to put a good team together. So there we go. Accrington should have gone up last season, and they had the smallest budget in the league. And I think that just speaks for itself, really. If we move on to the likes of Leicester and then things like that, then it's just budgets mean nothing. Putting a team together is what it means. And at the moment, Warren Feeney didn't put a team together. Graham Westley inherited that team. I think the new manager syndrome, kicked in, and we managed to pull off some good results. And thank God for those results, because right now we wouldn't even be in contention for it. We would all be having a look around and think, yep, we're down. It's poor. That's all I can say. It's so poor at the moment. Every time we play a game, you look at it and you think, this is shit. This is absolute fucking garbage. And they're representing us. We got promoted in 2013 and it was the best day of our lives. Well, not be funny, if we go down in the way that we're going now, it's going to erase that memory. That memory is going to be irrelevant. We're going to look back. We'll have 2 seasons of fleecing a lottery winner to stay in the Football League or to try and push up to the top end. So we had 2 seasons of fleecing a lottery winner and 2 seasons of struggle. Not many great Football League memories. The fact that our stay has only lasted 4 years as well. 2013 Wembley, greatest day of our lives, is about to be shat all over. By players who should be playing to a better standard. You look at the quality in our squad on paper. And as I said, a team haven't been put together. Warren Feeney was all about, I'm going to put a squad together of players that have been in a promotion push in this division before. But did he think that maybe, this player will work well with this one, this player will work well with this one, he'll complement him? He haven't put a team together. He haven't put a system together. He's just thrown a bunch of players who he thinks have got the right experience and thought, bang, let's hope it works. Obviously it hasn't. Graham Westley has come in. He's seen the quality in the players, so that's why he's spoken up about them. He's seen what they're capable of. But even he haven't been able to put them into a team. So maybe this group of players just ain't the right mix at all. Or at least no one's found the right formula for it. Either way, I don't think sacking the manager is going to be the right call. There are a few people out there that are saying that we should sack him. Yeah, he comes across as though he can rub people up the wrong way. But at the end of the day, I think he's improving things off the field for us at the moment. He's making sure the training facilities are correct for us. He's making sure that things are provided. Like he's bettering the training. He's bettering everything around him at the moment. So the only thing he isn't bettering is the players' performances. But the fact is, we did go and beat Notts County 3-0. We did go and beat Accrington 3-1. We did beat Carlisle 2-0, and I think we're still the only team in the division to have beaten them, except for I think Grimsby beat one up there yesterday. But at that point, they were unbeaten in 20 odd games, and we ended that. So there is enough in this team to pull out performances, there's just not a mixture. There's not the quality's there, but the team isn't there. The mixture, the chemistry. There is nothing there. This is a group of players that cannot play together. I don't like to slag out players off. I'm usually the optimist. If anybody knows me, I'm always in what you call the happy clapper category. But at the end of the day, I'm still a realist. I can see what's going on in front of me, and I don't like to knock players down. I mean, at the end of the day, that they may individually they may all be trying for us. They may not be. They might not give a shit. It might be the fact that they just want to take their money, move on to the next club because they don't like it, and then that's it. That's what it seemed like last year. It's about getting players that actually want to play for this club. And Robbie Wilmot was at Wickham yesterday. I mean, he always tweets about us. Aaron O'Connor was tweeting about us last night, defending us from someone who was slagging us off. I'd have them both back in a heartbeat. I'd go and pick them up now if it meant that they were going to play for us again. Because I know, even if we weren't getting the results, they would be giving everything for us. Because they played in a season where we had so many good players put together. The fans got behind them so well. We got promoted, and it just goes to show, that you can succeed at this club if you come in as a player, with the right attitude, and you actually want to play for the club. You want to play for the fans. But hey, I tell you, I'm going to go on about this all bloody day. I mean, off the field, we're lacking at the moment. But I put a Facebook post up recently, and it was in criticism of people who have had some sort of handle of the running of the club over recent years. The current regime, I don't blame. The current directors, I don't blame for it, because they were the ones who inherited the mess, and they're the ones trying to fix it. They're putting out fires left, right and centre to try and keep this club operating. So, I'm very much in admiration of what they're doing at the moment. I've always been supportive of them. I've always tried to help in any way that I can. And obviously, our group, the Amber Army, we've tried helping in any way that we can. So, I'm just hoping that I haven't rubbed anybody up the wrong way with that one. But the people who were there previous, I think, all the way from, even during promotion and everything like that, I mean, it's one thing to give us the greatest day ever, but then at what cost? Because now we're looking like that great day is that great season is going to just be erased from. Obviously, we'll always have fond memories of it, but it's not going to be as special to us anymore if we go down like this. So that's basically all I'm saying. I think they're the people who are responsible for whether we go up or down or not, which is basically our team and our management. They just need to have a sit, and I think all of them, they need to talk to a few supporters and gauge what it really means to us. I don't think that would hurt. Like a Q&A session, like what I sorted out with the board the one time. But let's just have, first of all, the manager and Dino and Flinny sat up on the stage, and then a selection of players. Obviously, the captain has got to be there, and the vice captain, and maybe 3 or 4 others sit there and take questions from the fans. And even if they take a battering, to sit there, take it, and take it on board. I mean, we're not going to lay into anybody, purely because we want to be horrible to anyone. At the end of the day, we love this club to fucking bits at the moment, and it's falling to bits in front of us, and it hurts. It's really, really difficult to take. So I just hope that people can just have a look at themselves and have a look at the situation and have a look at what it really means to us, and hopefully, they'll take that and take a bit more heart into the games. They'll just try that little bit harder. They'll run that extra yard that might stop a team from scoring a goal. They might anticipate that ball that may fall to them for a goal-scoring chance. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to ramble on all bloody day. This is nearly 15 minutes long. And obviously, if I'd have tried doing this a day or two earlier, then, this wouldn't have gone down quite as smoothly. I would have just been ranting, raving, and bringing myself to tears in front of you all. And it's difficult times at the moment, and it's difficult to take, to be honest. I think we got to take the rough with the smooth. Obviously, we've had the smooth. This is our rough, and it's too rough at the moment. We don't deserve this kind of rough. We've had hard days. We've had the hardest of days as Newport County supporters. We don't want to be in fear of falling into our darker days again, because ultimately going down could result in that one day. Personally, I don't think it'll ever happen again, but You know, I don't want to say for certain, and you know, I'm shit scared at the possibility of it ever happening again. I was too young to know what was going on in '89. I don't want to see that ever happen at this club again. So anyway, like I say, I'll go on all day otherwise. I'm going to try and do this a bit more regular in future. But some feedback and some suggestions on what you want to hear me talk about, that would definitely kick me on to do a bit more. So if you give me a particular subject, I'll dedicate an entire blog on that subject. Just feel free to offer anything, within reason, of course. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and let's hope we can turn this shit round. Cheers, up the county.